It's tough to watch TV for any period of time without at least seeing one apology ad. Facebook, Uber, and now Wells Fargo are all running apology commercials in a bid to win back customers. Local brand expert Christy Peel from Media Minefield joins us now to talk about whether this type of thing actually works. Christy, of course, thanks for being with us here on this holiday weekend.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, first and foremost, what is an apology ad?
You know, an apology ad is just what it sounds like. It's a brand spending millions, tens of millions of dollars trying to get customers back by saying, we made a mistake, we're sorry, we're still a great brand, please do business with us.
And advertising is expensive even when you're making an apology, so is it effective if there's people who are trying to use it?
It's interesting because we've seen brands doing this for decades. Tylenol did it, Domino's, Toyota, a lot of different companies have tried it. What's interesting about these ads, this kind of new batch of ads, is that it's happening in the land of social media, where consumers are expecting that they can get an apology or an answer quick. And in some cases, like the Wells Fargo, we're waiting 2 years for them to tell us, we made a mistake, we're making some changes, we're still that company you remember, please do business with us.
It's interesting you bring that up because I said I remember seeing the Facebook ad, but I haven't seen Uber. So some are going the digital route, especially Uber. You're looking at your phone anyways to try and attract or reach the customers.
Digital ads are also taking out some print ads as well as playing some nationally. So they're trying to get to the audience that they want to reach. So they're doing what they can to get the customer that they want to come back to deliver their message.
For me personally, when I saw the Facebook ad, I appreciated it at least, but I was still already continuing to use the app regardless of what happened. When it comes to Facebook, Uber, and Wells Fargo, do you think these ads have shown that they're actually working?
You know, it's interesting. If you look out there on the different articles that have been written, most people say it's sorry, not sorry. You know, we're sorry, but it's a little bit too late. However, as you mentioned, Facebook hasn't dropped numbers. What they're really trying to do with that Facebook ad in particular is to show everyone what a great brand it is. You know, remember when you started using Facebook and everyone collectively gives it, oh, that's right. But then in the back of your head, you have that image of Zuckerberg at Congress testifying, and you think, oh, wait a minute. You took my data and you sold it and you made billions. So I think that they're trying, and customers, depending upon the brand and how they feel about it, it may not impact them. But they are trying to, and what the message is sending to all of us, right, is that they know that spending millions of dollars is what they're willing to do if that's what it takes to make sure they don't lose a customer.
So is it just an apology, or would you think that these companies need something new and shiny, if you will, to re-attract the customers rather than just saying, I'm sorry?
I think every brand does that a little bit differently. The Wells Fargo one is so interesting because, as we mentioned, it's 2 years old. So they must have seen some damage coming to their brand or to their business and felt like, my goodness, we have to do this and spend the money behind it. At Media Minefield, what we tell people is take an immediate impact and take an immediate stance when you have a crisis. All the media, news all over the world, covered some of these initial problems, data breaches, sex assault allegations. All of those brands that we're talking about, they did a bad job right away. And because they didn't react quickly right away, now here we are, years later, months later, and they're spending all this money on these commercials. So it's an interesting approach. I would say they probably should have reacted quickly, better in the moment.
So besides reacting quickly, what other different factors should these companies take into account when they present their apology?
They need to tell everyone, first of all, I'm sorry. Consumers are very forgiving, but they have to hear from someone at the top, you know what, I'm sorry. If a significant breach happened, most customers are looking for someone to lose a position or for some change to happen. I think we saw that really well with Uber. It's the new CEO saying, I'm taking this in a different direction. It's going to be different in the future. However, customers also want to see change. How specifically are you going to change to make sure this never happens again? And on various scales, each of these companies did an okay job. No one is saying that they nailed it with these ads.
I guess time will tell how well they've brought us all back to their companies and to their products. Well, Christy, thank you so much for, again, joining us on this holiday weekend.